Alright, I've got a fun one this time. Just gonna cover this one game. So 3 rounds are played. I lose the first one, win the next two. Uh, what I found is that I don't really quite understand why the console folks and the PC folks seem to think that one's better than the other. So far, in the last 2 days of playing this ranking challenge event, I've seen console players perform much better than PC players, and I think I should have uh, stayed true to my philosophy that it's always the person that determines what's really good or bad. Equipment-wise, whether it be the planes in game or your controller, your control schemes, or all that, I think the player at the end of the day counts. So I got into some pretty good fights with this fellow over here. And I managed to pull off my maneuver that I picked up from that 106 pilot. If anybody wants to look up that story, it's by this fella called Bruce Gordon, and the title is F100 Dogfight. It's a 10-minute short video where he gets into a similar combat training exercise in the F100, and I pulled his maneuver off in the second round to great effect. So in the first engagement here, I go into the vertical with this guy here, and it doesn't end well with me. My energy management is pretty poor. I think I deployed the flaps too early, or I deployed them too much. I'm not sure. But basically, I stall first, and he gets the reversal on me. Now, as per the last video, my opening maneuver is a shallow dive to the left, and then try to get a lead on him. I get some lead, but it's not a lot. And the guns haven't activated, remember, alright? It's only after the second merge, and I still don't get him in. And I believe I'm making a lot of very poor maneuvers here. That was a mistake. I hadn't actually reached the stall speed yet, right there. But yeah, I need to work on managing the WASD keys. I'm pretty sure I lost sight of him for a second there, but even if I had lost sight, I should have known where his relative position was going to be in that maneuver. So I need to work on that. But basically, I stalled myself out in a position where I could have gone on for a little bit longer. It might have been in a neutral position, but right now he's fully offensive on me. And like I said before, once someone gets behind you in similar aircraft, there's very little that you can do. Probably what I should have done here is gone into a defensive spiral down, hit the deck, and might have been able to give myself another chance. That's probably what I could have done here. But it's game over here for the first round for me. I try to make him overshoot, but I'm shot up too badly to do anything, and he has better and slightly more energy and speed than I do. He, after all, beat me into the stall reversal, so that's the position that we're looking into. Mistake here was going back in the vertical. There's no point as to why I should go back in the vertical. He's already beaten me there. So I prolonged the dogfight a little bit longer. Try force him to the deck, but didn't quite work out. Now I actually do get a chance here because he makes a mistake. He didn't want to play into my game of going to the ground there, but in doing so, he plays it too safe and too passively. Now my shots here fall short. Now I'm not too sure whether I could have made these shots because I'm low in energy. My parts of my aircraft are shot out. Engine power is failing. I think it might have been able to if I pulled just a little bit more lead. I haven't played such a position very often, and it's been years since I've played air realistic at props like this. So I get a shot off, and I think I get one more opportunity. But now that he's realized his mistake, he's gone all the way up and disengaged. I'm losing engine power all the way, and it really is game over. Now it comes back in, and I can't maneuver, I can't regain speed or anything like that. try some brake maneuvers, but that doesn't go too well. Try going in again, but too little too late for this. I think I somehow managed to play better the worst position in this dogfight, which is at the very end, than I did at the beginning to the middle. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's the end of that. He gets me here after this. Speed up there. And that's the end of that. So on to the second round. Okay, so I pulled off the Bruce Gordon maneuver. Just call it the Gordon maneuver from now on. So I know he's confident that if he goes into the vertical, he probably might win again, because it's what worked out the last time. At least that's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking he's trying to do. And he does actually go into the vertical, funnily enough. So I know that he's going to try to maintain his altitude, because if we just take from results based from the last round, he can manage his energy better than I can. He can read the states better, and he can maneuver slightly better. He's probably more used to it. So I pull out the Gordon maneuver, and the Gordon maneuver here, it only works if the opponent is maintaining or trying to gain an altitude advantage, right? If you go watch his video, I'll try put it in the link below in the description. The way he played it out was he knew that his opponent, his instructor, was most likely going to keep his altitude, so that's why he pulled it off. Now that I know, or I'm betting on that this fella here is going to do the exact same thing, which he is. What the maneuver is you dive, and you dive quite sharply. So you can see, compared to the first round, I'm not doing a shallow dive, I'm going very steep. And you can afford to do this because, remember, you spawn in at around a fixed speed in this duel match, right? And if you immediately point down, you don't really lose much energy or burn any like speed going into the sudden dive like this. All right. So I'm going to the dive here. What the plan is that as he is trying to maintain his altitude, or if he climbs, as I get to the point where we would normally merge, I just go straight vertical and pull up, and that gives me a lead angle, a lead turn on the bandit. And that's what happens here. And it works out beautifully. We get here, and right there, I'm already turning, and I've already got angles at him, and he makes the mistake of still continuing with his vertical maneuver play that he did the last round, and that's me, because he had the superior altitude. He's in front of me. He's basically extending away in front of me, and now right here, I'm just trying to cling on to dear life for airspeed, because I do not want to stall out here. And it's not that I don't want to stall out, because if I do, then I end up in the same hammerhead stall reversal situation. I don't want to stall out here because I'm just trying to wait for the timer to activate, because I've got guns on this guy. He's a gunner. I just need to wait for the timer to run down, and my guns activate, and I can nail him right here, right now. And there's the shot. From here on, he can't get out. I've killed my engine. I think he's still gunning his engine, not too sure. But with the first shot that I got in, the crit, and the subsequent hits after that, his airframe shot, he's losing flight performance. So every shot that I take makes his aircraft weaker. Now, as you can see here, like I said in the previous video, I'm getting a lot of sparks with these cannons. They really can't get job done most of the time. But that's splash one there. So it's a 1-1 right now. So I figured might as well go for a same thing, basically. I'm thinking to myself, he probably knows what I'm gonna do here, but considering the fact that he played right into my hand the previous round. He's probably never seen anyone do this kind of maneuver before. So I figured, chances are I should be able to, even if it doesn't work out exactly the way that it did in second round, I should still be able to get some kind of an advantage going into this dogfight here. So I pull off the same maneuver basically. Now this time he doesn't go straight vertical. He goes into a high yo-yo, but it's still a little too late because I still got the angles on him. I make a mistake there. That was a very poor maneuver. But I managed to keep my speed and energy up. Now this is a closer match, but still a good one to watch. So exchanging from low to high yo-yos here, and now I switch into a rolling scissors. I've got a little bit of angle on him. There's a roll at the top of his maneuver there. What I've learned for the rolling scissors, if you want to get an advantage, and I haven't been able to pull this off yet, I still need practice. I don't have a sparring partner. It would be very nice if I had a sparring partner to try it out. But basically, for the rolling scissors, if you want to get an edge, one of your vertical maneuvers like this, you want to extend it out a little bit further than you normally would. And that basically gives you separation from you to the bandit. And at the very top, using gravity assist gets you a little bit of a tighter turn in on the bandit. But I don't pull that off here. I'm confident because I had some angles on him in that previous pass. I should be able to get in on him. Now, I think he makes some mistakes here because the maneuvers that he did the previous pass and that pass just there, he's burned a lot of energy trying to do the roll maneuvers. So I take him straight into the vertical. May give him a shot here, but yeah, I guess I could have played that one out a little bit better. But now that he's managed to get a shot on me, I decide to extend away because I've screwed it up. Reset the engagement. He turns in around, gets in behind, but I've created enough separation here that he can't engage me. So I level off and then turn back in. Going to a high yo-yo. I get hits and a crit. Now we collide there with our wingtips, and he's worse off than that. He's actually getting into a stall. He actually manages to recover from this stall here, which is quite impressive. I know he's burnt out because his engine shot in that stall. He's definitely lost a lot of energy. So I'm just going straight into the vertical. He can't catch up. He's extremely slow. So I just hammer hit down and he's a goner, right? That's the kill. Managed to rip my flaps off there at the end, but hey, game's over. So yeah, still quite a few mistakes in this round, but played it out a little better, and gonna need to work on the rolling scissors because I get into those a lot. So yeah.